Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to a freaked out Wrestling Days. I think most of us saw that Bray Wyatt Firefly Funhouse promo. I say most of us because it was not shown on Sky Sports. That means all of us here in the UK missed it. We did not see it live. Which is absolutely gutting. It also means that I think replays probably won't show it either. So there's a lot of people having to catch up with this on social media. And it is worth watching. Everyone is talking about it. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I love it. I'm in the love it camp. I've analysed it. I've gone through it about 20 times. And there's 5 big things that I think we can take away from it. I'm not going to make you wait. We're going to go through it now. So first of all, this is a new Bray Wyatt. This is a new Bray Wyatt. He even says that in the promo. He says the old Bray is dead. He's not wearing clothing like we've seen him wear before. He's wearing like a black shirt and a cardigan. As well as that, there's no mention of Sister Abigail. There's no pictures of, say, Luke and Rowan. Or Braun, or really anything that's been in the past. There's no aprons hanging around. There's the hats that he used to wear. They're not on show. There's no rocking chair. If you was going to furnish a fun house for Bray Wyatt, one of the first things you would put in there would be a rocking chair. There is no rocking chair. So everything kind of supports the fact that this is a new Bray Wyatt. Next up, I think Bray is hearing voices. There's a big segment towards the end of this promo that we're going to really focus on in a bit. Next up, Bray Wyatt has got a new gimmick that is hurt and heel. Again, a big moment in this promo is when he said he had something that he wanted to show us. And it went very dark at that point. The screen was flickering. He disappeared off screen. He came back. He was wearing gloves that said hurt and heel. And this is going to be a big part of his gimmick going forward. Number 4, I think there's a new catchphrase, which is Yowie Wowie. Now, I could be reading a bit too much into that, but that's not a phrase that we've heard him say before. And it really stood out to me. It kind of fits in with the Funhouse theme. I expect to hear it again. I'm not sure if this is a catchphrase they're trying to get catching on, like, get these hands. I'm not sure if they want everyone going around chanting Yowie Wowie. But this is something I expect to hear him say again. It really stood out from this promo for me. And again, kind of reinforced that this is a new Bray Wyatt. But the big one, and I think this is huge, there is something missing. There is something missing. And the reason I say that is because, and I didn't notice this the first time, if you look at the wall behind Bray Wyatt, there is a picture. And the picture, you can't quite make it out, but it looks like a woman with long black hair. Now, that could be Sister Abigail, but I feel like he's maybe moving on from that now. So there's big rumours that Nikki Cross could be getting involved here. That could be a picture of Nikki Cross, but what's more interesting than that is next to it, the picture is missing. It's got the nail in the wall. Someone's gone as far as to actually put the picture up, but the picture is not there. So I feel like that is going to be part of a future storyline. Clearly it's missing for a reason. Could that be a picture of Sister Abigail? Could that be a picture of the old Bray? Or is it that someone is going to arrive? Is the missing picture going to feature in one of the future promos? So yeah, it kind of feels like there's a lot to talk about. So what we're going to do is going to look at images from the promo. I'm going to give you my thoughts on each of the sections. So let's start with the beginning. You can see this is the opening screen. The 3 characters are the 3 toys from the promo. So the Buzzard that was in the box, the witch that was on the chair, and the rabbit that was riding the rocking horse. But there's big toys that are missing. Where is the dollhouse? Where are the dolls? Now, traditionally, you would say those are girls' toys. So if Nikki Cross is going to come in, is her part of the Funhouse going to contain the dollhouse? Will it have the dolls in it? Is there more to the Funhouse than what we've already seen? Because I would say that dollhouse was a big feature of the promos. Certainly bigger than the rabbit, I thought. So, yeah, very interesting to see if they make an appearance. When it comes to the title theme, that says, "We're really glad that you're our friend. This is a friendship that will never ever end." Now, that could be pleasant, that could be nice, or it could be dark and it could be threatening. Is this a friendship that's never ever gonna end? Are they not letting us end it? Next up, here's an image of the picture and the missing picture next to it. We was talking about that earlier, and I really feel like that's going to play a part going forward, because I just don't understand why they would build a brand new set that's never been seen before, that's only being used for these promos, and have a picture missing in it. So I really feel like that's a big talking point. Next up, you can see here the furnishings. You can see there's a TV, an old TV. Is this a callback to the fact that these kind of kid shows are quite old? You know, I'm thinking like Blue's Clues. I'm thinking PeeWee Herman in particular. Is it a throwback to that, or is it that they just needed some furnishings? I mean, you really can overread into these things, and maybe I am in certain places. I thought what was quite fun was there was a picture that you can see on screen of Bray Wyatt from a few days ago. Those look to be the same shoes that he is wearing here, so maybe don't read too much into everything, because I do think a lot of this has just been thrown together, like they need a set, so they've just grabbed some random objects. It wouldn't surprise me if not everything here has got meaning behind it. But you can see the TV with flowers. You can see that like sombrero hat, which is not something you would associate with Bray. So again, are there other characters that live in the Funhouse? There's a chair, there is the table that Mercy, the Buzzard, lives on. It's very minimal furnishings, but as we said, you know, you've got the picture and the missing picture. Those are the key things for me. This is the dark part of the promo we were talking about. So the screen flickers and a creature can be heard purring in the background. There's an animal sound whilst this is happening. Bray reappears with the gloves that say hurt and heal. Are these the two options that Bray will have at the end of his matches? Is it a case that Bray can be demonic, or maybe he can be a savior? So maybe he can punish his opponents, or he can save them. We get more answers on this as we get towards the end of the promo. He pulls out a standee of what he used to look like, and he talks about how he's going to destroy that, he's going to get rid of that, and he gets a chainsaw. Before he starts cutting the standee, he holds the hurt glove up to his ear, and a voice can be heard. Something mutters to Bray, something speaks to Bray out of that hurt glove. I'm guessing the heal glove will do the same as well. But Bray is hearing voices. He can hurt people, or he can heal them. And it seems like the hurt glove tells him to destroy the standee, and so that's exactly what he does. So it doesn't look to me like Bray Wyatt is in total control. We've got Mercy, the Buzzard, as well, so we finally find out the name. I think Mercy is a very interesting name, and the voice sounded a little bit different to the promos, but obviously it was only a very small little clip of what we heard. Wearing a Hawaiian shirt. He's also in a different box to the promos, but again, I wouldn't read too much into that. And the pattern of the cloth that the box is on is also quite Hawaiian inspired. The witch at the window, no one can actually catch her name. I have been told by several different people, several different names, and I have listened again and again and again. I cannot make out her name. I feel like it's Pammy or Peppy or something like that, but honestly, it could be Abby. When I first heard it, I thought it was Happy. It could be Pappy, but I think it's Peppy or Pammy. It's not a voice that I recognise, but we need to get a bit more detail as to what her name actually is. Because obviously, if it's Abby, then that is quite important because of the connections to Sister Abigail. Again, just to reinforce that threatening vibe, before Bray introduces those friends, he says, "We are going to love them." Again, is that a pleasant thing, or are we being forced to love them? I also thought it was quite interesting towards the end of the promo how Bray said he used to be a bad man. Obviously there were sound effects of kids that would cheer or boo. The kids booed at that point. Then he says that he has been punished barbarically, and the kids cheered. There was a little round of applause to the fact that he had been punished barbarically. Again, I thought that was very interesting. The fact that the studio audience, the kids in the audience, seemed to enjoy the fact that he was punished barbarically. The promo ends with him laughing his head off with a chainsaw in his hands. He says he will always light the way. All we have to do is let him in again. Is that a nice thing? Is that a pleasant thing? Is it a threatening thing? That was, for me, the vibe all throughout this. It could be seen as a kid's show that's pleasant, enjoyable, entertaining, or it could be seen as very dark, a place that maybe you don't escape from, where the kids in the audience enjoy watching people brutally hurt. There was a chainsaw involved, which is obviously very jarring to kids programs. That's not something you would see on kids programs. And then, like, even the characters, the witch, quite a dark character. The Buzzard, quite a dark character. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot to explore here, but thankfully Bray says he will see us next week, so we will be returning to the Firefly Funhouse. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this analysis of the Firefly Funhouse, then make sure you hit that subscribe, because whatever we get next week, I'll be doing the exact same thing. So give the video a like, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.